Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Kero coming at you with another SmackDown review, and things are getting super cold here in Canada. So as you can see, I'm in full gear. Speaking of full gear, that's gonna happen today actually. It's 1 a.m. as I'm recording this video. If you want to see all of those matches simulated in WWE 2K22, it's a really fun video. You can go ahead and check it out. It's one video before this. I've also given all my prediction and all my thoughts on full gear. So if you're interested in the pay-per-view, make sure to check that video out. That being said, this week, today we have AEW Full Gear, and 1 week from now, we'll have WWE Survivor Series War Games. And I, for one, think that's pretty freaking cool. But let's get to the review, shall we? And let's talk about tonight's SmackDown. It was freaking awesome. Easily the best show of the month, and easily one of the best SmackDowns in a while. And certainly very welcome after a decent Raw this week as well. But like, we have 76 pictures. This is just SmackDown. This is 2 hours. Last time we had like 50. So a lot has happened here, obviously. Kevin Owens is back. We saw LA Knight literally just sign his own death warrant. So let's talk about it. We had the Brawling Brutes and Drew McIntyre come out, cut in a quick little promo. I liked it because obviously, sure, it was scripted, but they went off script as well. Once they saw the crowd reaction, they actually played to it, and that's always appreciated. They talked about Bruty, right? Instead of being Usi, you're Bruty. We gotta be careful with the pronunciation of that on this, you want to make an offensive joke. But yeah, this was a fun, lighthearted promo. The crowd reaction and the fact that the wrestlers in the ring reacted to the crowd reaction just made it so much better. And then Sami Zayn came out, basically barked a whole lot, Didn't bite though. But we had the tease of a 5th member. And I for the longest thought that it was going to happen next week for the go home show. But no, it happened this week. And I wanted it to happen like at the pay-per-view, like at the match. We're going to see a surprise name maybe. But with everything turning out the way they did tonight, I think this was actually the best way to reveal the 5th member. But I'll talk about that in detail once we get to it. Now let's go ahead and look at the next match, which was Ricochet versus Mustafa Ali. I like this World Cup thing a lot, actually. It's a great idea. I like the Titantron. I like that we have the USA and the Pakistan flags on the barricades on the Titantron. Very good. I don't think we had this last week, so it's a cool addition. This match itself was also very good. Like in-ring action, obviously we have Mustafa Ali and Ricochet here. It's obviously going to be good, but like we actually had a story. It wasn't like a Tarantino story, but these guys are both baby faces, and so Ricochet doesn't want to obviously hurt his friend too bad. But Mustafa Ali is like, basically, I'm gonna fight you, bro. I'm gonna hit you hard. I'm gonna hit you where it hurts, so you better bring it too. Yeah, like the struggle. Beautiful finish. Like, Ricochet did a shooting star press while Mustafa Ali was standing. Creative, nice. Not something I've seen ever before, I believe. So we started out with a good segment. We continue with a good match where Ricochet won. That means he's gonna have to face Braun Strowman, by the way. Even they made me even like a Braun Strowman segment. Man, this is insane. Well, let's quickly look at the other pictures of this match. It was a good match. I mean, you should definitely watch it if you haven't watched it. This is right here, the finish. And then we had Madcap Moss, and he talked to Emma. There's something going on in there. Madcap is now obviously in a rivalry with Karrion Kross, which is good for Madcap, not so great for Karrion Kross. But dude, he's literally like creator wrestler, generic creator wrestler template #1. He really has to just like, I don't know, add something, a color, maybe wear something different, do something different. Like in the ring, he's definitely gotten way better, faster, stronger. And no, I'm not gonna sing Kanye West right now, don't worry. But my man's gotta have to do something different here. But I didn't hate this storyline actually. Sure, let's see what happens. And I actually liked the match as well. Like this was way better than any of the Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross matches, which I thought were super slow. This was actually fast paced for the most part. So I'm not over the moon about this feud, but I can see it working. I can see it, getting to an interesting place, especially with Emma being involved now. And I like the way Emma looked here as well, because like her wrestling attire, I gotta say, it looks super cheap. It looks super cheap. I don't know why. It doesn't look well made at all, quality at all, but her get up here, her outfit was better. She looked like a star. She looks cooler. Wonder if we'll get to see her here. Let's see. Yeah, we see Scarlett doing crazy facial animations. She's really weird. But yeah, this is Emma right here. Let's see where this storyline leads, honestly. We'll see. And then we had Bray Wyatt come out, and I really like this. I mean, I skipped the entrance, I'll be honest. Like, I've seen it once, I've seen it twice. I'm not sitting through this whole thing, no way. But LA Knight came out, the whole sorry thing, slapped the hell out of Bray Wyatt, and he did it 2 times, bro. Like, what are you doing? Do you want to die? I love LA Knight, so I'm always very interested in whatever he's involved in. And for the longest now, ever since Bray Wyatt has returned, I didn't like his storylines because they literally went nowhere. He came out, said stuff, and that was it. Literally no payoff, no development. But here, it's interesting. And I know for a fact this is interesting because when LA Knight first came out, the crowd was actually not cheering that much. They didn't care that much. In fact, they were trying to watch LA Knight, but LA Knight knows how to speak, so he spoke in a way that there was no possibility for the crowd to want him. He didn't stop. So he shut that down. Not only that, but what happened in this segment is super freaking interesting. I mean, like the face of Bray Wyatt, the way he acted here. This is basically a you effed up moment done perfectly. And like I said, the crowd was not really behind LA Knight. They didn't even really care about him. They were about to want him. But by the end of the segment, they were reacting. They were really reacting. And for sure, they should do that because there was something to react to. I love this segment. Love what happened after it as well. Even though I like LA Knight, I don't like the fact that he got buried, but it's something interesting, This is infinitely better than anything he has ever done in the main roster already. This is the way you use LA Knight. I'm really interested to see where it goes now. Like, is he gonna get injured? Is he gonna get destroyed by Wyatt? Maybe his soul is going to be taken away and he will have to join Bray Wyatt. I'm not sure that's going to happen. But yeah, I loved every single second of it. And I'm really excited to see what's going to happen next week. And like I said, I love LA Knight. And I was not so excited about Bray Wyatt for the past couple of weeks. But right now, I'm loving Wyatt as well. So yeah, let's see where this goes. I mean, then we had Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey come out. And Shayna was facing Shotzi Blackheart, maybe the low point of the night for me here, but the match wasn't too long, and Raquel Rodriguez comes out, helps Shotzi pick up a victory. Fair enough. This is very, very transitional feeling. Like, literally the vibe here is we don't have a legit opponent for Ronda Rousey right here, so here you can have Shotzi Blackheart as a transitional opponent. I guess the legit opponent for Ronda Rousey will be this girl right here, Raquel Rodriguez, and yeah. I said it before, I'll say it again. Shotzi, you're getting your arm broken. Broken, okay? God damn it. And then we had another good match because, I mean, the Imperium was involved in it. And then the New Day, and Braun Strowman was a surprise member. I like the backstage segment as well because, like, Imperium and New Day, they're the polar opposites. One is a great babyface, one is a great heel. And their gimmicks just, like, work so well, New Day is the perfect good guy team. Imperium is the perfect bad guy team. They say you're not serious. I love that. I love that whole dynamic. I love the match. Like, they gelled together so well. They definitely had good chemistry here in this match. So nothing to complain about here. And I love what Gunther is doing. I mean, he really is like the perfect professional wrestler right now. He's a treasure. WWE should definitely take care of that guy, man. Make sure he eats well, he sleeps well. Like the way he was actually acting like he was scared from Braun Strowman. He's just so good at everything he does. Yeah, this was really fun. Like I said, they had good chemistry. And once we had Braun Strowman, and every single moment between Braun Strowman and Gunther was super interesting. Like, I was definitely glued to the screen and wanted to see what happened. Super fun match. New Day and Braun Strowman win because Gunther basically like, oh shit, now I'm not getting into the ring to break up the pinfall because Braun Strowman is right there. Really setting up Braun Strowman as a threat to Gunther's title reign, and I would definitely love to see a pay-per-view match for the title between these two, which is, I guess, what's gonna happen. And there was another thing, right after this match, Braun Strowman goes backstage and we see a backstage promo. I loved it as well. Just like no time in between. So much so that when Braun Strowman started speaking, he had to cough and he was like, I'm sorry about that. Like, I straight up just busted out laughing. But I love that. I actually really, really enjoyed that. The fact that we didn't like have an ad break or anything like that. No, the match is over. Braun Strowman backstage. Immediately, we see that the transition, And Ricochet came up to him and said, oh, you keep overlooking me, flippy guys like me, and you're gonna see what happened. Very AEW-ish of WWE right there. They turned what happened on Twitter into a storyline. Really interested to see how they're gonna now factor that into the next week's match. Ricochet versus Braun Strowman is already interesting on paper. Now it has a story as well. Like nothing big, nothing huge again, but it has a story. That's super, super important. That's the reason why I watch matches. Like, sure, in-ring action is important, but if the story is not interesting enough, I'm not gonna give a crap, which is a big problem with AEW Full Gear, for example. But to give my final thoughts on this, I think Braun Strowman is winning the World Cup and facing Gunther. I mean, that's what I think is gonna happen. If someone Ricochet won the entire thing, I wouldn't hate that either, by the way, because Gunther versus Ricochet, come on, like that can be so freaking good. And we've seen Butch versus Gunther before, and that was also very good. Like one of the best NXT takeovers matches I can remember. So looking at it, no matter who wins this tournament, we're most likely gonna get a banger because Gunther can just work with everybody and make something good. But anyways, let's get to the main segment now. It was actually the main match as well, right? Sami Zayn versus Butch. Fun match. Lots of, crazy stuff going on, brawling going on. And who won? Oh yeah. Butch won with a bitter end. So, it's a possibility. Gunther versus Butch another time for another title. Yeah, Sami didn't need to win this at all, by the way, so it was definitely a good decision. Sami's already proven himself 10 times over. Butch needed this victory a tiny bit more. But either way, it really didn't matter, I feel like, because neither Butch or Sami Zayn really has the chance to win the tournament. Especially because they're not, connected to Gunther in any way right now in terms of storyline. So I think Butch is going to lose as well, like even though he won here. But this was very good. This was very good. Like, unless you had a huge surprise name, making Kevin Owens return here was the perfect choice. The way they did it was also perfect. Like, yeah, the entire setup for this was very, very good. Like, everybody's down. Roman Reigns actually came out and, like, we had no idea if he was in the building at all. So that was also great. I think Drew said something while he was beating up Sol Sikoa. Like, where the hell I think he said something like that because, like, it took him 20 seconds to just even get out to the arena because he was waiting for his beat to drop. That was kind of funny. And it kind of felt like an edited era segment, One thing I wish to see though was to like close up to Drew McIntyre. It's like, oh shit, let me get ready. But we didn't see him. He was always he had his back turned to the camera all the time. But like, I would have loved to see like, Drew McIntyre going, oh shit, come here, We didn't get that. That's what I live for. That's what's necessary in wrestling. Those facials are everything. I hate the fact that the term is called facials, by the way, because I feel dirty every time I say it. But that's what it is. They're called facials. Anyways, let's get back to the review room now. Kevin Owens came out, looked like $1 million, got a reaction like it was $1 million. Is connected to Sami Zayn, is connected to Roman Reigns, one of his earlier opponents, and really, really gave a big run for his money. I mean, great. He's been in a War Games match before in NXT with the Undisputed Era or something like that, or like Tommaso Ciampa, I believe. Whatever, doesn't matter. The fact is, this was great. The fact is, this was awesome. It was a great moment and a great end to an overall great SmackDown. I really have no complaints. This is easily one of the best shows of the Triple H era. And I know not everything is perfect, but I watch these shows with the mindset of having fun, trying to have fun at the very least. And you go in with that mindset watching the show, you'll have so much fun. Yeah, this was great. This makes me excited for Survivor Series and gets me interested in next week because we have a bunch of important matches next week as well. The Advantage match, for example. So very well played, WWE. Very well done, Mr. Triple H, Mr. Vanilla Man. I loved it. So that's all my thoughts about tonight's SmackDown. It was freaking great. Kevin Owens return, LA Knight. Ricochet is doing interesting stuff. And yeah, let's see what happens at Raw. It's always a hit or miss. It's also 3 hours. I wish Raw was also back to 2 hours too. But next week is both Raw and SmackDown go home, obviously. So I'm expecting some good stuff. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this video. And I got this cool graphic now. If you would like the video, hit subscribe. You would help me more than you would ever know. And that's all I'm going to say. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.